Hey, what's up, everyone? So my vacation's over. My little vacation I had a good time in Nashville. Very nice city. Um, I think they call it a music capital or something like that. Whoever said that, I can't remember how I heard it, but yeah, they weren't kidding. We were like in downtown in the Nashville. We were staying at a hotel, very nice hotel, by the way, and every single bar had music, like a live band or karaoke. Fuck, I even passed a Taco Bell. Even Taco Bell had a band in their restaurant, and they even sold beer in that Taco Bell. So that was kind of neat. But yeah, good time overall. But now I'm back home, back to work, and yeah. So tomorrow we start with that. I came home to a broken car, which that wasn't fun, but fortunately we figured it out today, and I know what's wrong with my car, and I gotta get on that, but at least it runs for now. Moving on, this is a video about the Democrats. It's not gonna be as long as the 1 hour one that I did last, but I there's something that I keep noticing that I've been watching a lot of debates. Like I said, this is like my football. If you're a football fan, to me, politics is like my football. You know, I like watching politics, and I've been watching a lot of debates. Like I watched the John Fetterman debate versus Dr. Oz. It was a little rough. Um, I would still vote for Fetterman if I were in Pennsylvania. I watched the Florida debate for the governors and the Wisconsin debate. I watched the one for Illinois. Anyways, Democrats, they keep getting asked, not just Democrats, during the debates, they asked both candidates if they will accept the results of the election, win or lose. And you know why they're asking that, because Republicans are election deniers. We all know what happened in 2020. Way too many Republicans got on board with Trump on the big lie, saying that Biden didn't win. And yes, he did. And so, but you know what happened. January 6th, scary time that was. And so that's why that question is getting asked even more now. Because people are afraid that if Republicans lose and they won't accept the results again, and we don't want to have another violent, election season. But so they're asking the Democrats the same question, and generally all Democrats, some of them are a little shady about it, but most of them say, yes, I will accept the results. With Republican candidates, it's the other way around. They don't, most of the time they don't say they will accept. Some of them do, but they give shady answers, and that's either during the debates or sometimes I watch the Democratic candidates. On, they get interviewed, on the corporate news media, and they get asked, and yes, they will accept. And I think they are shooting themselves in the foot by giving a direct yes. I mean, yeah, you should say yes, I will accept, but they should add a caveat, like if I'm running for whatever fucking dog catcher, whatever, um, I would say yes, assuming it's gonna be a clean election, assuming Republicans didn't gerrymander, or Republicans didn't suppress the vote, denying the right to vote to so many people, because Republicans are famous for doing that. So I wouldn't trust Republicans, to be honest. And yeah, but they're not saying, the Democrats are not saying that. I was watching the Florida debate, Marco Rubio and Val Demings, and Marco Rubio kept knocking on Stacey Abrams for not conceding the election when she lost in 2018 to Brian Kemp in Georgia. He kept bringing that up as if Stacey Abrams did something bad, and I think Stacey Abrams did the right thing. And I'm not even a fan of that lady, honestly, with the whole 2020 election, turning her back on Tara Reid, Biden accuser. Anyways, but in terms of her not conceding the election in Georgia, I think she did the right thing. She didn't pull a Trump trying to get a riot going, but she did say I will accept that I won't be governor. Or I'm trying to remember exactly how she said it, but it's like she's saying, yeah, I recognize that I'm not gonna be the governor. I recognize that he's gonna be the governor, but she didn't say that she lost because there was a lot of shenanigans going on in 2018 in Georgia. Brian Kemp, what was his title before he became governor? I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember what was his government position. But he was like the guy overseeing the election, his own election, pretty much. So right there, that's a conflict of interest, and he was being accused of uh, suppressing the vote, purging voters, and so that's why Stacey Abrams didn't accept that she lost, because I think she's running again this time, and I think this time she will lose. We'll see. I mean, I saw their debate, and I don't know. I wasn't that impressed, honestly, with either. Like, she wasn't that wonderful, he wasn't that wonderful, and there was a third candidate on the stage, to a libertarian guy, and so I didn't see much like a significant win from her on the debate stage, and so I don't think it's gonna move the needle that much. And I think Brian Kemp was already up by like 8 points or something like that, so he's like well within the margin of error, well outside the margin of error, and it's a freaking Republican year. I don't know. In my last video, I talked about the historical trends, and unfortunately, this is a Republican year, and like I said before, I was hoping we were going to break the damn trend this time around. I don't know. The polls are tight. I guess that there's still a chance. I think chances are higher than before for Democrats to break that stupid trend, but it's still not the highest chance. They got less than a 50% chance, but we'll see. They're reporting a lot of early voting. Normally, it's Democrats who early vote, so who knows, man? Who knows what's gonna happen? But yeah, I'm not holding my breath, and unfortunately, yeah, it's gonna be a Republican year. So that's what it's shaping up to be. You should always hold some hope in you. Maybe the trend will be broken. We'll see. We'll find out in a week. But yeah, I just wanted to comment on that. Like, Democrats are shooting themselves in the foot when they say a direct yes. And what if they do cheat like they have done before? They did steal the 2000 election, and they tried again in 2020, violently this time, I might add. So I don't know why would you just say yes? I would say yes, assuming there's no large evidence, like evidence of mass voter suppression, because that's how Republicans win. Keep turnout down and try to suppress as many Democratic areas as you can. Try to eliminate polling areas, where they go and vote, create long lines, yada, 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 all that stuff. So, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. It looks like I said, I mean, even though they do that, I mean, it's hard to prove it, but I would just add that caveat for the few seats where it might happen. But no big deal, I guess. I'm just saying they should fucking throw that caveat in there. Another thing, why I think, real quick on a different subject, Democrats are shooting themselves with the whole Ukraine war now, man. I'm sure, I don't know, if you pay attention to this kind of stuff, if you're paying attention to what's happening in Washington in regards to Ukraine, the Progressive Caucus, they they were getting this letter ready to send to Trump, not to Trump, to Biden, and pretty much to tell him, hey, let's try to work out a peace deal here so we can avoid nuclear war. While your army in Ukraine try to work a peace deal, and freaking corporate Democrats, they pretty much intimidated the progressive caucus in Washington, and they caved. And Pramila Jayapal, she's hasn't been a good fucking, excuse my language, she hasn't been a good progressive caucus leader, whatever her title is. But she's been dropping the ball too much. She's been backing down too much, and this is a second big disappointment, really, because a lot of us in the progressive base we're not very happy with her, and she just keeps caving, really, to corporate Democrats, to neoliberal Democrats. And so, yeah, now, I mean, it's hard to defend the progressive Democrats when they get called they're being pro-war, because you're not really being pro-war, but you're staying silent when there's escalation going on with another nuclear power. And if you stay silent and say nothing, then you're being complicit. That's really the bottom line. So big mistake by Pramila Jayapal and all the Democrats all the progressive Democrats that are staying silent behind her, like not saying anything. The only one who has said anything is Ro Khanna. He came out and said, no, we should have sent that letter in. So, we should all sign it. We should have all signed it and sent it to Biden. He's the only one who's not backing down. And that's not a good look, man. So, but yeah. Yeah, really fast. Just so you know, more than half the races out there, they have freaking MAGA Republicans. I mean, MAGA election denying Republicans who don't believe in democracy. And a lot of them have good chances of winning. Like I said, it's a Republican year as it is. And so that's not a good, it's bad timing, but yeah, man, this is just me telling the people, if you value your democracy, man, you got to get out and vote against these people. I'm telling you, a lot of these people were MAGA Republicans, and they were there. A lot of them are candidates. They were actually there in January 6th, contributing to all the ruckus. So I know the dude that ran for governor in Pennsylvania, Doug Mastriano. He was in Washington when the riot went down, or the insurrection, however you call it, the failed coup attempt. There's another guy from Arizona that I just learned about. He was in Washington too with the crowd, and he's running for office, and he has good chances of winning. I mean, those people win. Come 2024, I don't know what's gonna happen. It will be difficult for Biden to win if he runs again, honestly. But let's say he does win again by a thin margin, like it was this last time. I mean, if we're counting I'm talking electoral college wise, because popular vote wise, he fucking smoked Trump. He left him in the dust. But I'm talking about the electoral college. I mean, they can easily steal it this time, and just pretty much, I don't know if it'll be the end of democracy or democracy will be on its last leg, but take this shit seriously. I'm honest. I'm being honest here. To me, democracy is the most important part of this election. Like I said, all these other issues, they're serious too. The whole Ukraine-Russia war and the risk of nuclear war and climate change, global warming, however you call it, the whole environment thing. Mississippi, I feel so bad for the people in Jackson, Mississippi. Same thing for Flint, Michigan. They don't have clean water. They don't have reliable water coming out of their tap. They cannot shower in it. They cannot drink out of it. So, goddamn. Uh, inflation, gas prices, yada yada yada, and the way I see it, either party is gonna be mediocre on it. I think Republicans will be worse because they are the worst at everything they do. But uh, generally, neither one is going to improve things. They're gonna leave it up to the private forces, and whenever they feel mercy, that's when they might ease up a little. Like right now, more than half of inflation is due to corporate greed. They're just jacking up the prices because they want to make money, not because they need to stay afloat or anything like that. So if you didn't know that, now you know, and Biden should be doing something about it. But guess what? If Republicans win, they're not going to do shit about it. They're not going to investigate. Let's say the Republicans take Congress back, they're not going to investigate all these corporations. They're going to spend all their time investigating Biden and his cabinet, and I don't know, probably try to impeach Biden or something. So I don't know, just be aware of that shit, man. I mean, it's just a Republican year, and God, I'm still hoping the trend breaks. But it looks rough right now. It looks really tight, and but if you haven't voted yet, it's not too late. There's still a week left, and if you care about your democracy, take it seriously because it really is in tethers. It really is on thin ice, and Republicans don't believe in democracy, man. You don't want to take it serious. You don't want to take it seriously. I don't know. Keep fucking around and find out.